and Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog at KIX96country.com. Our guest today, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of the great state of New York. Please welcome Dennis and Catherine. They are Shotgun Wedding. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to KIX Country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. We're going to get South of Somewhere is the single and the name of the album, correct?
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit about that, but let's start with you two. You both have backgrounds in music and musical theater. You are obviously a rock and roll musician with a love for country music. So let's start with you, Dennis. What's your backstory?
Well, I have a little bit of theater, but I was the lead guitarist for the Broadway production of Moving Out.
That's Billy Joel, by the way.
By the way, yes, and was the MD, musical director for the London production of the same, and that led me to playing with Billy Joel. I played the final play at Shea, or last play at Shea, with him, which then led me to joining his band for 6 months. The Shea Stadium thing was surreal. It was amazing.
Oh, imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Got to play with Garth Brooks, Steven Tyler, all of these great musicians, and then that sort of led to some other things, and really not long thereafter, I guess I really had a hankering. I was like, I want to start something. I was writing a lot of pop music. I just wanted to get back to something organic, and I always have loved country, particularly classic country, Merle Haggard, George Jones, that kind of stuff. And I said, I'm going to start a band. I wanted to play country music, and that was it. It really was. I was doing a session where here's an odd idea. Everybody's in the room playing the same song at the same time.
Yeah.
I was like, I listened to the playback, and I went, that's awesome. I want to do that. I want to do it with country music. So here I am.
Well, Catherine, where did you come into this story?
Into his story?
Well, I mean, starting with your own.
Started in background in theater, went to school, and actually did a lot of musicals. And what I love about musicals is interesting. We were talking about it earlier about coming out of a scene and into a song, and if the song works in the scene, then it feels like it's organic, and that's the most the thing that I love about musicals. But it sort of is country in a way. Storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
It's just good storytelling. So I've always been a fan of country music. Always loved the great ladies of country, Dolly, and I'm a huge fan of Linda Ronstadt. I love her country album. So did a lot of theater. Did stuff in London. Lived in London for 11 years. Started opposite Hugh Jackman and Sunset Boulevard, and did all kinds of crazy stuff, toured the world, and then from there actually got a job singing backing vocals for Brian May. Don't even ask how that happened. That's like weirder than weird. Someone saw me singing songs from Evita and Jesus Christ Superstar and Phantom of the Opera and thought she'd be good to sing backing vocals for Brian May. And what do you say to a phone call like that? Do you want to audition for Brian May from Queen? Okay,
yeah,
sure.
You say yes.
So flew over to London and got the gig, opened for Guns N' Roses, which is the natural progression from Andrew Lloyd Webber to Guns N' Roses.
Absolutely. I mean, that's where I've always drawn my line.
It made perfect sense to me, and that's kind of been how my career has been. Back to writing, I'd get a record deal over there in London, to back to theater, to rock and roll. I've been all over the place. I've been around. Came back to the States and was doing some theater, did a Broadway show, and doing some bits and pieces of writing. Had another record deal, and then stumbled on these guys. And I say these guys because we used to be a quintet.
Yeah. Okay.
There were other members of the band who were in Billy Joel's band actually, and they just wanted to stay and play their little stadium gig in Madison Square Garden. So they're not in our band anymore.
Well, fine, guys.
Whatever.
We love them.
You
it was
can
all
have
good.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll play the pubs and barbecue joints.
Yeah.
They're missing out. They're not here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we came down to being a duo, which is great. We're more compact and portable.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, then let's talk about the music of Shotgun Wedding. Do you guys write, or you guys write your own songs?
Yes, we started doing that once Catherine was the last member to join, and right away she and I started writing tunes, and we had a good chemistry, and and that's it, and we've been writing since,
So, and you had mentioned like the storytelling aspect of musical theater, and how easily that folds into country music.
Yeah.
is that what probably is what makes you so love country music? Is the fact that it is just storytelling, life storytelling.
Yeah.
Is that where your songwriting inspiration comes
Absolutely. I think it's this genre more so than any other lends itself to great stories. So, and what's fun about this is that we're from the city, so we're city folk. We don't know about dirt roads and wide open spaces, and so we can't write about that. So our country music is, we kind of call it city country, but it is true. It's what we write what we know.
Well, country music is life, and life happens in the city as
Right.
much as in the country.
Exactly. So I often say at gigs, I always say at gigs, the most southern thing about me is I'm from the South Shore of Long Island.
But everybody's from the South somewhere.
Yeah, and so that leading into the
Hence.
single. So talk to us about the single. Is that what that is? South of Summer, is that what that means?
Essentially, it means that you don't have to be from the South to love country music, and we're that example. New York City there's such a huge country music fan base. And
Is there? Okay, so I don't believe it's been a while since I've actually had a New York native here. Is country music the audience, the fan base in New York? Is it really that sizable?
Yeah.
Huge.
Really?
It's there's a big roots music, Americana music movement, particularly in Brooklyn, where I used to live, and it's huge. A couple of years ago there was an article in the Daily News that said that per capita, New York City is the #1 urban area for people buying country music.
Wow.
Nashville, 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. You guys have just taught me something. All right. Well, then for folks who are just seeing you for the very first time, I want you guys to make sure you look for Shotgun Wedding's live performance elsewhere on our channel here. The album, South of Somewhere, same title.
Yes.
Is the album available?
Sure.
Or is it still working on it?
No, it's out there. All the digital media outlets.
So you can iTunes that. What if they want to find you on the internet? Where do they go?
We're on shotgunweddingnyc.com. Right now we're under construction, sorry, but it will lead you to our Facebook page. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Just look us up.
Twitter
What else have
is-
you got to do?
Twitter's
Your
NY
day?
City Country, so it'll be a little bit different, but we're there.
All right, just look them up. Just Google search Shotgun Wedding, and Dennis and Catherine, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right.
For you.
Good luck out there on the road.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Come back and see us.
Absolutely.
Sure will.
We'll see you next time on another artist video blog at KIX96country.com.